As Germany plunges deeper into recession and the rubble of its once mighty industrial base piles up, former German Chancellor Angela Merkel has appeared to remind everyone how the script was written. In a rare interview with the Spiegel, the former chancellor defended her decision to secure cheap Russian gas for Germany's economy while taking a jab at Ukraine and Poland for their hypocrisy. Hello and welcome again to the Edge of Politics podcast. Geopolitical Queen here with today's episode on former German Chancellor Angela Merkel's confessions about Germany's gas games. Angela Merkel laid it out plainly. Quote, Poland and Ukraine were happy to profit from transit fees as Russian gas flowed through their territories. They had no moral objections when the money was rolling in. But once Nord Stream bypassed their middleman racket, the outcry became deafening. Merkel rightly pointed out the absurdity of framing Germany's reliance on Russian gas as some great geopolitical sin, given that other countries continue to buy from Moscow even today. The EU, in fact, still receives approximately 5% of its gas imports via Ukraine's transit network, a figure that will evaporate when the agreement expires on December 31st, 2024, end quote. And the timing couldn't be more damning. According to the European Commission, Germany's economy has been in free fall since 2023, with GDP contracting by 0.3% and projected to shrink by another 0.1% in 2024. Corporate bankruptcies have surged, energy costs remain sky high, and industries are fleeing the country in droves. Merkel's warning about the consequences of high energy prices for Germany has really come true. But it's her successor, Olaf Scholz, who has failed to navigate the fallout. The gas pipelines were more than just energy infrastructure. They were lifelines for Germany's industrial might and symbol of an Europe that could, in theory, stand on its own 2 feet. By 2021, Nord Stream alone supplied half of Germany's annual gas demand and accounted for 16% of the EU's total natural gas needs. Its destruction in 2022 wasn't just an attack on infrastructure, but an act of economic warfare, locking Germany into dependency on overpriced US LNG and ensuring its submission to America's dictates. And there was no one to counter this. But where was Berlin during this act of sabotage? Silent, complicit, and neutered. Merkel's remarks also exposed the lie of the Minsk agreements. By her own admission, these deals weren't about peace. They were about buying time for Ukraine to arm itself against Russia. The hypocrisy of lecturing Germany about energy independence while orchestrating a forever war on its doorstep is staggering. As the December deadline looms for Ukraine's gas transit agreement with Russia, Europe will face yet another crisis of its own making. The European Union still receives 5% of its gas imports through Ukraine, but when that tap runs dry, the fallout will be yet another chapter in the continent's economic suicide pact. Germany's upcoming election will be the last chance for its people to wake up. Angela Merkel's confessions are a warning. The system is rigged, and Berlin's strings are being pulled from across the Atlantic. The theater of democracy won't save Germany from its current path. If Germans don't reject the sham and demand a realignment with Russia, BRICS, and the global majority, then their fate as a hollowed-out vassal state will finally be sealed. Anyway, Germany and other European countries have laid their bets, and they will have no other choice than to lay in it. Well, kindly leave your comments in the comment section below, and thanks for tuning in. I will be back in the next broadcast. Good day.